Well, hi there, everybody, and good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here. I do want to advance this forward to 7 o'clock to get us up to date with the time that I am recording this at here shortly after 7 o'clock. Now, I will tell you right now, Futurecast and most models we're a little too early with the snow moving in. We haven't had much move in yet. Really, about the only areas that have seen snow accumulate so far this morning have been out around the Imperial areas and then west of Ogallala. So really, way out west is about the only snow that we have seen so far this morning. But what we're going to see over the next couple of hours as the atmosphere continues to moisten up as more and more of the snow starts to reach the ground and builds into kind of a band of snow from west to east across the state of Nebraska. Now, there are many factors to today that make today a very difficult forecast. While yes, we will see snow and some of it's going to be falling heavy enough to accumulate, there are some things working against that. So the snowfall rate, the quickness of the snow piling up is going to have to overcome several things. Temperatures will likely be above freezing for most of us today at the surface. So yes, while it can still snow, even with temperatures above freezing, some of that's going to melt on contact with the surface, especially the roadways out there. So can the snowfall rate overcome that melting that takes place? It may get warm enough, though, that some of that snow may actually start to fall as rain. Well, that means that snow wouldn't accumulate if it's just plain old rain. The other thing we have to watch for, the third thing that contributes to more melting, is that it is now April 16th. Our sun angle is equivalent to the sun angle at the end of August. Yes, while it is cloudy, some of those solar rays, that solar radiation can still get through some of that cloud cover and can also contribute to melting that would take place. So all of these are factors that are working against snowfall accumulation. But again, if snow is falling fast enough, it can still accumulate out there, and I do expect at least some accumulation to take place. So again, this is our Futurecast through noon today. We'll continue it into this afternoon as snow eventually later this afternoon starts to wind down for parts of central and especially out towards the west, but could be at its heaviest over eastern Nebraska and into western parts of Iowa and northwest Missouri, and that's where some very quick snowfall accumulation could take place out there in eastern portions of Nebraska. But again, you see some of this is trying to change over to rain, and how warm and cool it will be today will really determine the type of precipitation. The other thing with today, winds. They're going to be brisk, and I'll back this up, and you'll look at those arrows there. As I back this up, those arrows are moving pretty rapidly out of the east and then the northeast through the day today. And so the winds will be blowing. Now, probably not enough to cause whiteout conditions or anything like that, but there could be a reduction in the visibility because of a little bit of blowing snow out there. So that's also something to keep in mind. As we go into this evening, the snow will start to wind down from west to east, and eventually by about midnight, I think the only snow left should be in the far southeastern portions of the Local 4 viewing area. Winds, as the system clears out of here, will start to die down later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. We'll get some partial clearing, and that will lead to a pretty cold morning out there to start things off on your Friday. Better weather ahead of us, though. Lots of sunshine expected. The winds won't be terribly strong. Now, we should see pretty rapid snow melt tomorrow, so even the places that get 4, 5, 6 inches of snow, a lot of it could be gone by the end of the day. With that, again, that mid-April sun angle really will help to melt snow quickly. But again, with snow on the ground, especially still in the morning, some places will probably be cooler than expected. All right, let's go to snowfall totals. And again, I have maps that I could show you all over the place that show heavy snowfall and others that show barely anything. And again, it's all of these factors that are contributing. So I'm going to show you the one that I most agree with. But again, keep in mind that even though this is what I'm saying, there could still be more or less than what's expected. So right now, I think some of the lowest totals will be in the far north and the far south, where some will pick up barely anything. Right in the middle here, the middle part of the viewing area, I'm kind of going that 1 to 4 inch range right here. And again, a little farther north or a little farther south can make a big difference in how much snow you get today. It's likely that the heaviest amounts of snow out of the system today will be over east central or southeast Nebraska. Some places 4 to 6 inches of snow not out of the question. Same thing out here to the west here. 4 to 6 inches not out of the question in those two locations right there. Now, winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings kind of line up with this. What I've noticed over the last 12 hours with recent forecast model runs is they are shifting a little farther south, as I showed you with that model I just showed you there in the last graphic. So I would not be surprised if a few counties eventually get added to the winter weather advisory, and right in here, these counties just outside of it might eventually get added to the winter weather advisory. But for the most part, I think this lines up pretty well. So winter weather advisory, areas most likely to see 2 to 4 inches of snow. Can't completely rule out a little bit more, but at the same time, I would not be surprised if those places underperform and maybe only get at most an inch or two of snow. So if you end up getting less, be thankful. But again, as of right now, I'm still saying 2 to 4 inches of snow. There's just that possibility it may be a little bit less. Winter storm warnings in the east and the west, that's where amounts might be a little bit higher, maybe closer to a half foot of snow, 4 to 6 inches of snow, not out of the question in those locations. Lincoln, and then eastward towards Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, those locations. And out west, the other one county, and that's Chase County right here, I would not be surprised if you get upgraded to a winter storm warning. As again, if everything shifts a little farther south right there, that could definitely contribute to some higher amounts there towards the Imperial area. And that, again, that's that's Perkins County. I should have circled there. Perkins County would have the best chance of maybe being upgraded to a winter storm warning, but maybe even Chase County here upgraded to a winter weather advisory. Again, same for Hayes County, as again, we're already starting to see snow falling in those locations. Most of these advisories go until either 7 o'clock tonight out west or 10 o'clock tonight in central Nebraska. Out east, they go until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Temperatures today, again, they're going to be above freezing for most of us throughout the day today, so there is going to be some melting that takes place. As for temperatures tonight, then, dropping back into the upper teens and low to mid 20s, but the forecast for tonight's even a little bit difficult as well. Some models are actually keeping us in the mid to upper 20s for lows, so don't be surprised if we stay a little warmer than expected. Tomorrow, high temperatures. This model is going low to mid 50s. The one thing that might contribute to some colder temperatures, though, is snow on the ground. So there may be some areas that do not even get out of the 40s, and that would be these areas right here. Wouldn't be surprised to see mid to upper 40s there if we get snow that's still on the ground tomorrow morning. It should melt off during the day, but the snow in the morning may keep things a little bit behind in those locations. Tomorrow night, not quite as cold. We're talking upper 20s and low to mid 30s for overnight lows, and then there it is, finally back to the 60s on Saturday. It will be a breezy day, but it's going to be fairly sun-filled on your Saturday. That's going to be it's going to be welcome after the week we've been through here, that nicer weather on the way here. Long range, again, today, the snow, the rain possibly mixed in, and then wrapping up tonight before midnight. Tomorrow, cool, but better, mostly sunny. Not that breezy out there tomorrow. Should be an okay day, just not a great day, especially in the morning. It's going to be pretty cold. Then better weather for your Saturday. The breezes return, but the sunshine sticking around. Now, we get a backdoor cold front that comes in Sunday, and that's going to cool us back a bit, maybe bring a few more clouds, so temperatures maybe just a little bit below average for this time of the year in the upper 50s. A few models hint at maybe some very light precipitation Sunday and Sunday evening. Not really worth much of a mention right now. I don't think it'll amount to much at this point here. Monday, a little warmer, upper 60s to near 70, breezy conditions returning. And then a storm system is going to pass to our south Tuesday and Tuesday night, and maybe even into Wednesday here. And we'll be on the northern edge of that. And so we do have a chance of rain and thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night, maybe even lingering into Wednesday there. But with us being on the edge of it, I'm keeping at no higher than a 30% chance for now. Again, we're a ways out yet. We'll get that figured out as we get a little bit closer. Right now, I think if we see any severe weather, the chances might stay off to our south at this point here. So hoping that we can stay away from that. You know, speaking of severe weather, Sunday, now we're going to be quiet here. Another round of some potentially big-time severe weather down in the Gulf Coast states. A week after what they had this past Easter Sunday, when they had all that severe weather down in the south, well, they could get a repeat of it again this Sunday, just a week later. Now, but again, closer to home for us, we're just looking forward to the nicer weather to come. Again, very cold today, still chilly tomorrow, finally warmer on Saturday, a little bit of a step backwards Sunday, and then we keep the milder weather around for a good portion of next week. I think it'll be very, very welcome, and I'm hoping that we can say goodbye to snow for the rest of the season. Hoping. No guarantees, though. You know, we still can sometimes get it at the end of April and early May, so you just never know. But I'm very hopeful that this might be the end of it after today. Well, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you all again on your Friday as we look ahead to better days to come and sunshine to return as well. Until then, take care. Stay safe if you have to be out driving today. Hopefully it's not too bad, but it might get a little bit slick for some of you out there. So stay safe for today, and we'll talk to you all again on your Friday. Take care. God bless. Bye.